keep you updated as we go. We'll watch each other's back and come home in one piece. New plan. I think they're controlling it from that radar tower. I need all agents to focus on that. All teams. Redirecting you to take out that mining laser. Use ships or take it on foot. Whatever it takes. It's gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to another edition Star Citizen 3.17.2. Well, not really. At least that's the current patch we're technically in for PTU, but I wanted to take a second and actually talk about something else that I actually forgot about up until, well, the recent hullabaloo. And that, as you can tell from the extended intro, is Theaters of War. Now, the footage that I used at the very beginning was from 2019. And as we all know and remember, the information from the 2019, quote, Evocati demo was not exactly the greatest. It was not the most stellar, not the most shining example of gaming or development. It's a neat idea, something I was super looking forward to, but alas, it has not come to fruition. Now, one thing that really kind of set me off and made me want to make this is SIG essentially towing the line in regards to their unmet promises and things that they just spout that come off more so as marketing speak. Especially since, in normal SIG fashion, they locked the thread. So of course, the Streisand effect is in full effect. Let's go back to January of 2020.
Next question is the obvious one. We knew it was coming. Where are we in development now? The mode was playable at CitizenCon, but we don't have any clear information on a specific release. Not 3.9, that's what we're talking about. It's not currently on the roadmap.
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
So, what I said at CitizenCon still stands true, right? I wanted to get it in the first half of this year. I want to get it in the hands of the backers for testing. That's the whole thing. We're very much on track for this. We're not behind at all because, again, we're not coming up with a whole ton of new stuff. We're putting a lot of structure around it. There's a couple of features here and there, like things that are really specific to the game mode, like, again, mobile spawn points and unlockable spawns and objective and destroy spawns and these things. But they're relatively isolated. They aren't huge system things. They're very, very much game mode things. So I want to get it into the backers' hands in the first half of this year because, again, we want the feedback, because what we're doing right now is we're working off of all the feedback.
Now, first, I want to go on record and say I'm not attacking Sean Tracy. I'm not attacking the devs. I get it. Game development is hard. It takes a lot of time. But here's a little bit of feedback. Tell us what's going on. I get things change. I get things are always in flux, like Disco Lando always says, like Jared always says. You know, the only thing that's constant is change, or however the fuck he says it. But the problem is when people ask about it, SIG has this knee-jerk reaction that really needs to change. You know, it is not out of the question for people wanting to know, hey, remember that thing you talked about 2.5 years ago? You said was 6 months away from essentially beta testing? Yeah, well, what happened to that? Where is it in its current iteration, in its current form? For SIG to just lock everything down and then spout and accuse of trolling, that's just a no-go. And again, nothing against Sean. It's very apparent that he's really into this. This is one of his passions. I respect that and I appreciate that. You can tell, but just watch any interview with him. He just goes on and on and on, and that's awesome. I love him for that. He's like a deaf Jack Russell. Once he's going, you just can't get him back, you know? and yeah, it's SIG in general that has the issue, especially with information. You know, the whole point and the whole reason I backed Star Citizen is because they said they would be open and transparent, and to a degree they are. But to a larger degree, they certainly are not. Which brings me back to the title, Towing the Line. You know, towing the line is a saying that means to conform to an established standard or political program. And SIG has this established standard of just calling criticism trolling or, you know, not being able to take it when in all rightlyhood, it's things that they should be listening to, because it's a lot of things a lot of backers are getting really peeved about. You know, there's these broken promises, or at least unfulfilled promises, let's say, because it's nowhere near done. But at this point in time, the unfulfilled promises, you know, all the grandiose ideas and timelines, you know, it's one thing to be optimistic. I get that. And you know, you can't blame a guy for being excited and saying, "Oh yeah," but there was a Citizen Con or a Games Con. I don't remember, and I can't remember where it is or find it, but it was before 3.0. Chris Roberts is up on the stage for 3.0. He had all these things. 3.1 was like salvage. 3.2 was like farming. 3.3, you know, basically went on and on and on. And it was beyond optimistic. And that's what brings me back to the idea of this marketing speak. And it's really hard to say with certainty if it's purposeful, you know, misnomers or purposeful, you know, miscalculations, or if they're legitimately, you know, oh, we could have swore we got this. But with the way that development is going, especially being behind the scenes, there's no way they thought they could hit that mark. But my point stands that it seems as though whenever there's legitimate questions, legitimate criticism, a lot of SIG and even a lot of the real White Knight backers will come to their defense and try to gloss over it. But as a company, I mean, they need to be accountable. You know, I mean, hell, I'm in this for way too much money. I say it all the time. I have more ships than sense at this point, but I still have enough sense at the same time to question. And because I love this project and I want to see it to succeed, I'm going to question things. I'm going to be a little bit tough, because you know what happens when you just let things go? They just go. And I feel like there needs to be some accountability. There needs to be some, you know, answers. I'm not saying get your pitchforks and your torches and storm the gates. All I'm saying, SIG, is when you're asked a question, don't immediately think it's trolling. You know, take a second. Give an actual answer. A lot of the devs on Spectrum that do spend their time answering questions, you know, that's great, that's wonderful. But when a question comes up that's even partially controversial, not even controversial, just kind of painful, just uncomfortable, they immediately go nuclear option. And I think that's what needs to change. And they can start with theaters of war, information on it, where it stands, you know, not an estimated timeline, because we all know those are fabricated bullshit, optimistic at best. Just where is it? How is it? What are we waiting on? We waiting for persistent entity streaming? Fine. We waiting for better object container streaming? Okay. Do you need Gen 12? Great. Just say it. What's so difficult about it? But at the same time, I'm very reluctant to think they'll ever do anything like that. Even though it would be in the company's best interest, in their company's image's best interest, I think at this point they're so ingrained in their culture and their habits. I almost feel like I'm wasting my breath a little bit, but I still have that glimmer of hope, that iota of possibility, that potential chance somebody there high up will see this video, not have clicked off of it within the first 2 minutes or so, because again, I'm showing receipts, and they sit down and just watch it, know I'm coming from a genuine place and not a rah fuck you, I want to burn down the castle, you know, position. And that's where a lot of us are also coming from. And I hope they see that and we can get some information. But other than that, I think I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. If you are interested in some stuff, I'm trying to get back into everything, and you know, I'm going to frequent the Discord a lot more, or at least try to. If you're interested in joining Star Citizen, even after watching this bit of a tirade, check down below in the description. But other than that, once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope all you beautiful bastards out there, you have yourselves a wonderful day. Morning, evening, whenever, wherever you just so happen to be. This is Will, Daylight Gamer, signing out. Love, peace, chicken.